We are live for the NASCAR Fantasy Podcast pre-race edition as we have Circuit of the Americas. Yes, COTA is on the schedule for the first time ever for any of the top three series in NASCAR. The Truck Series and the Xfinity races were both yesterday, so congratulations to the winners there. But we have to crown a winner for the inaugural Cup race as well, and this is going to be a fun little breakdown as we are going to have for our pre-race, leading us into the live broadcast of the race that I will be broadcasting on the channel here, live commentary throughout, so stop on in for that also. And we're going to go through some race picks here today. Quick little recap of Dover the week before that because I didn't get to fully state it on a post-race edition. Sorry, I was busy all week when I got back home. Couldn't get the stream pumped out for the post-race analysis. Anyway, the trip was fun. The race itself was fun. Had a great time. Hendrick dominated. We talked about it a little bit the couple days after I had gotten back. So, that I don't want to get, too much into it because for those of you that have watched the streams the last few days, I did talk about it actually quite a bit, which is good because I didn't get a chance to fully do a full race breakdown. Fantasy team was good. Top of the charts there. As far as the must-haves, Martin Truex Jr. did not run well in that race. He was the only must-have that really didn't run well. The other guys did. Larson obviously competed for a win. Harvick was in the top. They were pretty much 5th to 7th the whole race. And the guys I had as the dark horses are the sleepers. Alex Bowman was one of them. He obviously went on to win. I'm trying to think who else. Ross Chastain had a pretty good run too. He ended up running, I think he finished just outside the top 10, like 13th, but he was running pretty much 10th to 15th the whole day, so it was all right, but it could have been a little bit better. Thanks for everybody tuning in, though. Tyler Burbeck, Cap24, and Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Help me. I need a replacement for Kyle Larson. Do I trust Cindric and Penske equipment? Someone else. On mobile data, coded, watching the race. Hey, yes, Tyler, enjoy yourself. Hopefully you've had fun so far. Not sure if there's rain in the forecast. Qualifying just wrapped up a little bit ago, so I want to make sure I got the stream up after qualifying. Well, I should say it got done about an hour and a half ago, but wanted to make sure it was done for today. So, yes, I'll go through not all my fantasy picks exactly. Don't want to give the full length up. Of course, join in our fantasy league. Search for KRC League in the NASCAR mobile app or website. And I'll spill the beans right here with some of my fantasy advice coming into this race today. We'll start off with the sleeper picks. Beans, you guys have some questions in the chat. So drivers that could be sleepers, 2 of them I have right out of the gate. And the only reason they're sleepers is because they're not Cup Series regulars. AJ Allmendinger and Austin Cindric. They're both great, fantastic road courses. We know Allmendinger's only career win in the Cup Series came at Watkins Glen back in 2014. He's always known to be a solid road course racer. He has ran well at Martinsville in the past. Also, that kind of works out with the road course. You got a lot of guys shifting there from 3rd to 4th gear a lot, and he always ran well there too. I know that's just besides the point, but I just wanted to throw that out there as far as like Cup Series career goes. AJ Allmendinger is a very good pick for your fantasy team. He's only running some of the road courses this year. I'm not sure if he's running all of them or not, but he's ran the first 2. Remember, he finished 7th at Daytona in the road course race earlier this season in the Cup Series, contended for a win, obviously, in the Xfinity race as well early on before taking himself out. But as far as the Cup Series race goes, AJ Allmendinger should be a good go for your lineup today. If you have him, for your instance there, Patrick, you don't want to use Kyle Larson too much. You're looking to take Larson out of the lineup today. AJ Allmendinger is a very good substitute, and so is Austin Cindric. Get into that as well. Also, to go with Allmendinger and Cindric, excuse me, and just ate a little bit ago. Give me a second. All right, I'm good. Okay, so looking at the practice times and qualifying for this week, got it pulled. Thought I had it pulled up. There we go. Okay, so Allmendinger qualified 7th, so he's got a great starting spot, of course, with qualifying and practice this week. That's going to help them as well. AJ Allmendinger qualified 7th, and Austin Cindric qualified 3rd today. As far as practice went yesterday, they didn't have a very good setup out of the race car in practice, but obviously they got it tuned in the way they wanted to for qualifying. having that starting position is going to help a lot. They're likely going to score stage points quite a bit. If we see some of that strategy like we saw in the Xfinity races and like we've seen on road courses in the past in the Cup Series, well, they'll sacrifice stage points to get some better track position at the end of the stage. Those are guys that might play that strategy because they don't have anything to race for as far as the stage points go. More so the 16 because they are running for owners points, I believe. But as far as the Austin Cindric number 33 car, him only running part of the schedule, and that 33 car in general only running part of the schedule, wouldn't necessarily play out for it. Track update, it is pouring at COTA. Yay, rain tires. Hey, there we go. It's going to be exciting to see regardless if it rains or it shines. I know looking at the weather update, it looked like it was going to rain throughout the race, but it seemed like as the race went on, the chance of rain died off. So that's likely, it looks like, what we're going to see here today. But yes, those are two drivers that are, again, must-haves. Look for them to honestly compete for a win. Austin Cindric, we waited to see if he was going to get a cup race on a road course. He would have had to assume that was going to happen at least once, maybe a couple times this season. And let me tell you, it is happening here today. And the fact he is starting third, that's going to be huge. He ran really, really well in the Xfinity race yesterday. Top 5 pretty much all day, as we come to expect with Cindric. And he did not run at the Daytona road course in the Cup Series, so this is his debut in the Cup Series as far as road courses are concerned, but look out for him nevertheless. Great position to score a lot of stage points again if they don't try that strategy by pitting early. As far as the don't-haves drivers you should not have in your lineup whatsoever, if you guys have these guys, do not start them. We're going to start off with Brad Keselowski. This 2 team has been kind of struggling the last couple of weeks. I know they've missed Jeremy Bolins. I believe he's back this week with Brad Keselowski, so that's a huge upside, but he has not ran consistent at all. Brad Keselowski still to this point in the season only has, I believe, 6 top 10 finishes. Let me pull up the current standings. 5. Sorry, he's got 5 top 10 finishes. All those were top 5 runs. So Keselowski's either absolutely on it competing for a win or he's way off his game. And he's been off his game the last few weeks. He's only got 1 top 10 in the last 6 races. So for Brad Keselowski, 2 top 10s if you count Talladega, I guess. So 2 top 10s in the last 6 races. He had a win and a top 5 at Kansas, but outside of that, he has been struggling. Again, the last couple weeks he struggled, and he struggles typically on road courses that are not Watkins Glen. Don't look for him to run well at the Daytona road course earlier this season. I know he had a top 5, but he did not run near the top 5 a lot. He was burning his tires up. I remember how many times he locked the tires up trying to get into multiple different corners, hard braking zones throughout the racetrack, and he was using those brakes up way too much. Expect him maybe not to necessarily do that today at COTA. I would assume with the experience he's had in a stock car in general, that he would know to take care of his equipment better. Likely checking himself. As far as this week goes between practice and qualifying for Brad Keselowski, it does not look good either. He was outside the top 20 in both qualifying and practice. They have completely missed the ball with that setup. I don't expect Keselowski to have a good day today. He has struggled significantly at Sonoma. A lot of people compare as far as closest road course to COTA on the current Cup Series schedule. Sonoma would be that track. He has struggled there in his career also. Brad Keselowski is a no-go in my lineup. Again, do not put Brad Keselowski in your lineup today. And if you have somebody, again, look at Cindric or Allmendinger, guys that you're not going to play that much more this season. Pretty much only if you're going to see them on a road course this year is the only other times you would want to play them in your lineup. You're not going to use those guys. You will use Brad Keselowski. And he'll go back, even if he doesn't necessarily get back to his winning ways necessarily soon. I would assume he's going to have better runs coming forward, but today at Circuit of the Americas, I do not see that happening whatsoever. All right, so more don't-haves on the list for today. We're going to go with a guy that has also kind of missed the ball with practice and qualifying, and it's going to be Denny Hamlin. Yeah, I have Denny Hamlin as a don't-have here today. He's ran well really all season. The last couple weeks, though, he has kind of taken a slow step back. He had a little bit of speed last week at Dover, still ran inside the top 10, and I believe he finished 5th with the top 5. The 2 races before that, he did not finish inside the top 10 at all, so they were struggling a little bit. I think just looking at JGR as a whole, they have really missed the ball. Outside of Kyle Busch, None of those guys qualified inside the top 15, and as far as their practice times go, they were all outside the top 15, and again, that's except for Kyle Busch. I guess Christopher Bell was in the top 10 in practice, but qualifying, no, I guess he qualified 10, never mind. But Bell won on a road course this season too. Denny Hamlin, as far as road course ability goes, he's really hit or miss. Watkins Glen, he's won at before. He's had success there. But that's not really comparative at all to Circuit of the Americas. It's not close. Daytona Road Course, he's had some good runs there. Finished top 5 there earlier this season. I just don't know what it is. Maybe you used him a lot this year and you're looking for races not to use him as. This could be one of them. But my bold prediction is that Denny Hamlin does not get a top 10 today. I just feel like watching what he looked like in practice yesterday, and they were on rain tires, so they had practice in the rain coming into this one, and then just looking at the qualifying time, I mean, he was over 2.5 seconds from Tyler Reddick, who qualified on the pole. I just don't trust Denny Hamlin this weekend. At COTA, I'd have more trust in, say, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, who have proven to be very good road course racers in recent years even. But Denny Hamlin, although he has ran well on road courses, I do not trust him today. So he's a no-go in my lineup, and not just because of the usages. That adds into him being a no-go, but mainly because of just the speed that car's shown. That's the nice thing with having practice qualifying. You can see how a certain driver or team is performing throughout the week or throughout the weekend leading into the race, something we haven't had a lot of this season. I do not trust Denny Hamlin to finish top 10. So I don't expect Hamlin to finish in the top 10 today, and I don't expect Brad Keselowski to finish or run inside the top 10 today. Hamlin might get some stage points, but my not get a top 10. Someone who has been going definitely above the radar this year is Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is not a good road course racer, despite the odds. I know he ran in the Xfinity race yesterday. Those extra laps, the extra seat time at an unknown racetrack like Circuit of the Americas for the Cup Series is definitely there. I definitely feel that he can perform well. I don't trust it. He has not finished in the top 10 in any races in the Cup Series on road courses. For 2014 we would have had 2 races. 2015, 16, 17. Then we had 3 in 18, 3 in 19, 2 in 2020, 1 in 2021. And he has not finished inside the top 10 in any one of those on a road course. He has been trying really hard, and I give him an A for effort, considering that he, at Daytona Road Course, he ran the Xfinity race, he ran the Cup race, didn't run well in either ones. He ran also the Daytona Rolex 24 race also. So running the Rolex 24, he's trying to give himself seat time. He knows there's a bunch of road courses on the schedule. He knows he wants to perform well on it, but at some point in time, you just got to face the facts that he isn't a good road course racer. And as a driver, he's doing all the right things that he can to prep himself for it. He just doesn't quite have what it takes. I expect Austin Dillon, who qualified 16th, to basically, run outside the top 10 all day again. So Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex Jr., I think all those guys will finish outside the top 10. I do think Cindric will compete for a top 5 today, as well as Allmendinger. I think they run inside the top 10 all day. So we're done with the sleepers and the don't-haves. Snowman Dude 22 and Oni, welcome to the stream as well. Hey, what's up, Kyle Busch, because he won yesterday, is your pick. So, yeah, it's a very good pick. We'll start off with Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is a must-have. He looks so dominant in the Xfinity race yesterday. I know it's an Xfinity Series car, but this is the testament. Kyle Busch is a really good road course racer. He's won 4 times, 2 at Watkins Glen, 2 at Sonoma. So he has won on road courses before. He ran well in the Daytona Road Course this year and in the Daytona Road Course race last season. He just did not have luck on his side, whether it was a tire going down. I think the rear rotors blew out on his car. and blew both the rear tires as well at the Daytona Road Course last year when he had top 3 speed. So he has ran well there. Charlotte Roval, again, he runs well, doesn't get the finishes. If he could just get to the end of the race today, Kyle Busch will easily be in contention. He looked fast in practice. He was top 5 there. He was also top 5 in qualifying. He was actually the only driver to finish top 5 in qualifying and top 5 in practice outside of William Byron, and Byron's the other must-have, but we're talking about Kyle Busch right now. So I do expect the track position is going to play a huge factor. I think Kyle Busch will compete for the win today. His team has been on a roll lately. They obviously won at Kansas a few races ago. They've had 3 top 3 finishes in the last 5 races. This team is clicking on all cylinders. I know they had a bad weekend over last week, but again, that was a mechanical failure. That's going to be the life and death of this team for most of the year, especially today. Is if Kyle Busch does not get a mechanical failure, I guarantee he will run top 5. Is Kyle Busch going to get his 100th Xfinity win this year? Yes or no? What do you think he can do? I think he can get it this year. He's still got 4 more races, and he's got 98 wins. I think he gets it. 4 more races, and we're going to tracks. Most of the races he has left on the schedule, he'll have practice and qualifying too. So when Kyle Busch gets that full practice, he gets that full qualifying, he's running the Xfinity race, getting all that seat time, Kyle Busch could contend for a win. That's why he dominated yesterday. Part of why he dominated yesterday. Because we saw Kyle Busch run Xfinity races last year, and it just didn't look like Kyle Busch. I think no practice or qualifying really hindered his progress quite a bit. So yes, Kyle Busch will easily get a top 10 today. Not be surprised if he contends for a win. I talked a tiny bit about William Byron. Byron is a very good road course racer also. I know he did not get a top 10 on the Daytona road course this year, but he ran there for most of the day. Those late cautions kind of hindered him quite a bit. And he was also top 5 in practice, top 5 in qualifying. Qualified 5th. He was actually fastest in practice in the rain, so that's going to help as well. Got all that iRacing in, I'm sure, throughout the course of the week. But no, anyway, as far as on track goes, William Byron is a really good road course racer. He has finished in the top 10 in 4 of the last 5 road course races. Again, Daytona road course, the only one not being there. That would include the Charlotte Roval, Daytona road course last year, Charlotte Roval the year before that, and then Watkins Glen back in 2019 as well. So William Byron has proven himself pretty well in the road courses. And Byron can contend for a win here today. That team is clicking on all cylinders too, much like Kyle Busch, even better than Kyle Busch. The fact that Byron has 11 straight top 10s going into today, I think he makes it 12 straight top 10s. I think he stays out of trouble, and I think he competes for a win as well here today. He is very high on the radar. I expect William Byron to easily continue that top 10 streak today. And the last guy in the must-have is a must-have anytime you go to road course right now. He is hands down the best driver in the Cup Series on road courses, Chase Elliott. I know he was underperforming a little bit in qualifying. He qualified 8th, thought he could have qualified better. He was a little over a second back, but it's the pacing of a road course. It's the longevity of the run. Yes, a guy like Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick qualified on the front row, but how are they going to be able to hang on to those tires, keep that race car in check? We've seen Kyle Larson and Reddick, for that matter, they get off to great runs early in the run or maybe early in the race, and they fade later throughout the course of the race because they're maybe using too much of the car. I could see that happening today. Again, Chase Elliott is a guy that knows how to manage well. Chase Elliott had 8 straight top 10s on road courses until the Daytona road course this season, which he led 44 laps in. The only reason is because he basically ran off the road there late, and then he got back inside the top 10 on another late race restart and a little chain reaction moment where we had 4 cars getting bumper to bumper to bumper, making contact. Elliott was the odd man out. He ended up spinning, losing control, so that's why he did not get a top 10 finish that day, but he ran very well. He won a stage as well. Actually, he just won the one stage leading up to that point. He's only got 5 top 10s this season. He's got 5 top 5s. I'm reading that wrong. I don't know why NASCAR had the stats like that when I clicked on his current season. See what it does? Oh, okay, yeah, so historical data only shows like his last 5 seasons as a whole. Yeah, that's why I trust Racing Reference for all my recent sites. So, yeah, go ahead, start the live commentary. It's going to start. So the 2:30 is the cutoff time. is the start-up time for the actual race itself, but we'll give it a couple extra minutes here. So make sure you guys have your fantasy lineup set. Gonna finish tweaking mine here at the last second. But the lockup time is 2:38. Drop of the green flag is scheduled for 2:43. So 2:43 will be the drop of the green flag. My pick to win today's race, hands down, if you would have asked me a couple days ago, I would have said Chase Elliott. But because Chase Elliott hasn't shown as much speed lately, we had practice and qualifying coming into this race. We saw a guy ran well in both practice and qualifying. He dominated the Xfinity race yesterday. My pick is Kyle Busch to win the inaugural race for the Cup Series at Circuit of the Americas. I'm going against the odds. I am going against Chase Elliott. It's tough to do on a road course. I don't want to do it, but I just feel like the team that is clicking better right now is Kyle Busch. Now, Hendrick Motorsports is clicking better than Joe Gibbs Racing lately in recent races as a whole, but as an individual team, the 18 team has been better than the 9 as of late, outside of last week at Dover, but you look at the races before that, I just think that they are doing a good job, and Kyle Busch has the driver talent to get it done. That's for sure. Again, he dominated the Xfinity race. Think about it. He had practice and qualifying for not only the Cup Series this week, but the Xfinity race as well, plus the Xfinity Series practice and qualifying there. He has had a ton of seat time. When Kyle Busch gets seat time, he's tough to beat. No competition yellow this week due to having practice and qualifying, so that's going to be a bonus as well. And he's got the track position. Again, he qualified fourth, so look for Kyle Busch. Again, he's going to run well. He's a must-have, and I think Kyle Busch gets it done here today and gets the dub. If I'm wrong, it's probably going to be Chase Elliott going to victory lane. I think the rain will play a factor too, for sure, and that could hinder Chase Elliott's progress as well. He doesn't have as much rain racing experience. Neither does Kyle Busch, for that matter. Mainly Cindric, Allmendinger guys in the Xfinity Series do. So that could play into their hands as well. We could see a non-Cup Series regular going to victory lane today. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We're about to get into this live commentary of the race here today. That is all my predictions for Circuit of the Americas. Hopefully you enjoy the race. Join here on the channel. In a few minutes, I will be starting that live stream up, doing a live commentary of the race itself, so you can follow by lap as that goes on. And yeah, enjoy the race here today. Whether you're there in person, whether you're watching on TV or listening to my commentary, maybe all three or some of the above. We'll just have to see how this is going to unfold itself. It's going to be a wild race. We'll have the post-race analysis tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting right on the nose there. And we'll talk everything post-race of COTA. We'll have a live stream later tonight, NASCAR Heat 5 at Talladega for the Xfinity Series on the career mode. And if we have time, we'll run Darlington as well for NASCAR 05, but no guarantees there for today at least. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. And thanks for watching as always.